Are you sick of all the false promises every pull-up video seems to make, claiming you're going to double or triple your pull-up count in just 22 days? Well, if you want the truth, hang around until the end, and I'll give you all the tools you need to actually make some serious progress in your ability to do pull-ups.
One thing I won't do is let you tell me that I can't be great. Who gon' stop me now? Can't be great. Who gon' stop me now?
Today's gonna be a bit different because it's not gonna be one of my typical cinematic videos. We're just gonna get right down to business, focusing on intelligent strategies to help you increase your pull-up count. If you haven't noticed yet, I'm all about training smarter than last time for better results. So we're going to use a well thought out progression here that strengthens the major areas involved in doing pull-ups with no fluff. By the end of the video, you'll have all the tools and knowledge you need to finally perform either your first pull-up or achieve a sizable increase in how many you're able to do with what I feel are some of the most effective progressions. So make sure you stick around to the end and don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. So there's a very good reason why your physical education teachers had you do pull-ups back when you were in school. And it's not because they are sadistic and enjoyed inflicting pain on you. It's because they're one of the best multi-joint compound exercises that plays a large role in your overall upper body development because it involves so many different muscles working together. How many pull-ups you're able to do can be a pretty good indicator of your overall level of physical fitness and health. So improving that number definitely is in your best interest. First of all, you'll need access to a basic pull-up bar at home or in a jungle gym at a local park, and a set of resistance bands that can be used for assisted pull-ups. You can also use those resistance bands in most of the exercises we're doing today, especially if you need to make any of them easier or to work your way up to performing the full bodyweight version if you can't currently do that. I included a few links to some great low-cost options in the description of this video if you don't already have a pull-up bar or resistance bands. So go pick them up now using those affiliate links in the description below so you're able to do this easily at home. And before you forget, make sure you go give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel right now if you haven't already done so, because I promise you're not going to want to miss all the killer content I have coming up soon. Okay, so just to set the record straight here, anyone who tells you they're just naturally gifted to be able to do more pull-ups than you is flat out wrong. Your ability to do pull-ups is largely based on the ratio of your upper body strength versus your body weight, both of which can be improved through consistently putting in the work to achieve a better strength to weight ratio. Therefore, if you lose weight, assuming you have any excess body fat to shed, and or you're building up your overall upper body strength, pull-ups will obviously become easier to do. Just like anything else in life, the results you'll get here are directly related to the amount of effort you put into achieving your goals, and virtually anyone can accomplish the goal of performing pull-ups if you're willing to put in the work. So the first thing you should do is test out how many unassisted pull-ups you can get, if any, to gauge what your current ability level is after doing some brief dynamic warm-ups. Go until you literally can't do a single additional pull-up. And by the way, none of that kipping nonsense is allowed, since it's not going to help you at all here. All it's going to do is make you look like a wet noodle flopping around in the air. So don't be that guy. The correct form is to grab the bar with a pronated overhand grip with your hands a bit wider than shoulder width apart, and begin from a dead hang with your arms fully extended and your feet off the ground. Pull yourself up toward the bar by bending your arms and flexing your lats to bring your elbows down towards your sides, pulling your body up so that your chin clears the bar at the top. Return back down to the starting position and repeat for as many reps as you can. The number you reach with good form, which means no kipping, wiggling, swinging your body or legs for leverage, is your baseline on how many you can perform in one set. And yes, I know there's several different methods for gauging how many pull-ups you can do as your baseline, but this is what we're going to use to keep things simple for today. And don't be upset if you can't do any at all. It's actually more common than you'd expect, but we're going to change all of that starting for you today. So while many muscles in the body are involved in performing pull-ups, there's a few key areas to focus on strengthening if you want to get the safest and best results. And unlike what some of your favorite fitness influencers on YouTube or Instagram may tell you, you don't need to do 87 different variations of these exercises to accomplish your goals. Grip strength is one of the biggest limiting factors in anyone's ability to perform pull-ups, because if you can't hang onto the bar, you won't be able to do many, if any, pull-ups. Thankfully, improving this is easy enough to do and involves incorporating exercises that strengthen the forearm flexors, giving you that kung fu grip you'll need to hang on longer. The first exercise here is the dead hang, and it's all about building your grip strength with a side benefit of also increasing shoulder mobility. There's many other exercises that you can and should also do to help improve your grip, like the single arm farmer's carry, which also improves core strength, or using a great inexpensive tool that I personally like and use called fat grips for any dumbbell or barbell work that you might do. I'll leave a link to purchase these in the description, since I honestly think it's something everyone should have and could benefit from, and I'll be sure to cover these in more detail in a future video coming up. So to perform dead hangs properly, grab the pull-up bar with the pronated grip, a little wider than shoulder width apart again, and hang with your arms fully extended and your feet off the ground. Hold this position for as long as possible, tightening and using your core to prevent your body from swinging, and going for at least 3 sets. See how long you're able to hang onto the bar to start out, and work to keep improving how long you're able to hang in each subsequent workout when performing this exercise. Move on to the next progression when you can consistently hang for about 20 seconds per set. Ideally, you want to be able to hang for a minute or more, but most people will need to work up to that over time. Your weight might be another limiting factor here if you have any excess body fat to lose, and in that case, you can try using one of the resistance bands to provide some extra assistance to make these a little easier starting out. Core strength is another major area that most people don't realize is heavily involved in performing pull-ups with proper form, which in turn allows you to perform more reps, go figure. This mostly involves the transverse abdominis and the internal and external obliques to help stabilize your body from twisting and swinging like a fish out of water, and also keeps your posture in a neutral position throughout. In terms of core work, while doing all the progressions in this video will definitely help build up your core strength and stability, I also highly recommend incorporating some dedicated core exercises throughout the process, since having a strong core is so important, and even in general in life. This should be a secondary focus, doing exercises such as bicycles, toe touches, Russian twists, etc., all based on whatever your current ability level allows for. And make sure you come back and click on the link above, somewhere over here, when you're done watching this video, for a very effective core and ab workout that I think can really help you out here. Your upper back strength is also incredibly important to improve if you want to do more pull-ups, as the latissimus dorsi muscles are both the largest and primary muscles used for the movement. But some others that play an important supporting role in stabilizing the back and shoulders are the teres major and minor, the trapezius muscle, especially the lower and middle traps, and the rhomboids, just to name a few. This next exercise focuses primarily on strengthening your rhomboids and lower and middle traps, which really will help improve your pull-ups and will also allow you to be able to retract your scapula and improve your posture overall, which everyone can benefit from. There's a couple ways to do this exercise called hanging scapular retractions, depending on your current ability level. The first method is to incorporate this movement when doing dead hangs with your arms extended. So while hanging from a bar, pull your shoulder blades down and together behind you, raising your body upward slightly with little to no movement in your arms. Hold that contracted position briefly before slowly returning back to the start position. Perform as many reps in each set as you're able to, making sure you're feeling the lower traps and rhomboids being engaged in the middle part of your back, between your scapula. You can also use a resistance band here if you need some assistance when you're first starting out. The second method can be more appropriate for anyone who's very overweight and or has a difficult time performing this exercise while hanging from a pull-up bar. But I actually often include these myself as an additional part of my normal back workouts. You can do these either using a lat pull-down bar on a cable machine or using resistance bands that are anchored overhead, and it's the same exact grip and movement pattern that we just discussed, just seated using an external source of resistance instead of your own body weight, and with your shoulders and arms actually going up and down instead of your body. Your arm strength plays a large supporting role here as well, mainly from the brachialis, brachioradialis, and biceps brachii, as they're all involved in the pull-up motion by flexing the elbow joint. So therefore, improving the strength of those muscles can be very helpful in increasing your ability level here. And I have a great video in the link above all about building your bicep strength that you definitely should go back and watch after you're done with this one. You can also try doing chin-ups with a supinated grip with your palms facing you, since that's also an easier motion for most people and relies more heavily on the biceps. With that in mind, the third progression is the flexed hang, which is an isometric exercise that'll continue to work on your grip, core, and upper back strength, but also begins focusing more on building your arms as well. Using a bench, chair, or having someone help you, grip the bar with an overhand pronated grip, a little wider than shoulder width again, and hop up to get yourself up to the top of the pull-up movement with your chin over the bar. Hold this position with your head over the bar as long as possible in each attempt, taking a 1 to 2 minute rest in between each set. Repeat this several times until you feel it's too difficult to continue and you can't hold yourself up above the bar anymore. Now, don't get discouraged if you can't hold this position very long to start out with, as it's not uncommon for some people to not be able to hold it even 10 seconds in the beginning. Repeat this exercise every single workout with the goal of holding this position for 30 seconds or more, but you should start incorporating the next step when you're able to maintain it for about 15 to 20 seconds. Negative pull-ups are the next exercise progression, and these are a great way to really overload the muscles involved in the pull-up motion since you're focusing on the slow, eccentric part of the movement, lowering yourself back down to the bottom slowly. The slower you're able to lower yourself, the more effective this will be, so try your best to control the rate of your descent in every single rep. Start exactly the same as with the flexed hang by grabbing the bar in the same position in an overhand pronated position. Starting from an elevated surface, hop up to the top of the pull-up position with your chin over the bar. This will help remove the concentric part of the motion to conserve energy for performing the negative eccentric motion. Pause briefly at the top with your chin over the bar before slowly lowering yourself back down, taking as much time as possible to go back to the bottom of the movement. Repeat this for as many reps as you can until you can't control the speed of your descent anymore and you pretty much just drop, as that's your signal that you essentially reached your failure rep for this exercise. Pushing to the point where you can't do any further controlled negative reps is very important to help you continue making steady progress in your strength gains, and you should definitely try to increase how many negative reps you can do in each successive workout by at least 1 or 2. Resistance band assisted pull-ups is the next logical progression to move to if you weren't able to do many, if any, pull-ups starting out. Assisted pull-ups can help you get the form down while you keep making appropriate incremental progress in strength as you transition to full bodyweight pull-ups. You may need to experiment a bit to figure out which level resistance band to use, assuming you have a few different bands of various tensions. If you were already able to do a decent number of bodyweight pull-ups to start, you could totally skip this step if you want, but I generally recommend including it since you can also use it to further overload your muscles with some extra volume at a lower intensity level once you hit failure doing sets of regular unassisted pull-ups. To do these safely, go connect your band to the pull-up bar by either putting the handles around the open ends of the bar like you see me doing in the video, or looping a closed loop resistance band around a straight pull-up bar, making sure it's fully secure as shown. Using a bench, chair, or any other stable raised surface to stand on below the bar, place either one foot or one or both knees into the bottom of the band. Grab onto the handles above you with a pronated grip, making sure the band is securely around your foot or knee so it doesn't come loose and go flying up and smack you in the face, because that won't feel very good. And begin doing assisted pull-ups, going through the normal full range of motion. Get as many reps as you can in each set, performing at least 3 sets or more with a short rest between each. Your goal should be to increase how many assisted reps you can do in each set and reduce the level of assistance used once you're able to do at least 12 reps per set by choosing a weaker band in subsequent workouts. And last but not least, the final step is to move to unassisted pull-ups using the exact same form that you started with, going from a dead hang with arms extended, raising your chin over the bar and back down for each complete repetition. Retest your ability level with this to see how many pull-ups you can now perform, which should be a pretty noticeable increase from when you first started. While I laid all this out in a progression, you can also mix some of these techniques together, meaning there's more than one way to do this. Once your grip strength is good enough to hang from the bar for at least 20 seconds, you can actually start doing the flexed hang in the same workout after the scapular retractions. And you can also incorporate negative pull-ups at the end of every flexed hang as able. You can even start doing the band-assisted pull-ups during that time as well, either after the flexed hang and negative pull-ups, or on alternating days, working your way up to doing more reps and using less assistance while also working on the earlier steps at the same time. I actually recommend continuing to do the flexed hang and negative pull-ups throughout the process, as both are going to help you continue to progressively overload your muscles, which will help you make faster progress overall. For anyone more advanced who can already do a bunch of pull-ups, you can also wear a belt with weights attached to provide additional resistance for any of these exercises. Just make sure to progress at a normal incremental rate with the resistance used to help avoid any injuries. Obviously, no two people are exactly alike, which is why I'm not going to give a specific plan to follow here with reps, sets, etc. all laid out. I'm also not going to make any representations or promises that you're going to double or triple your pull-up total in just like 22 days, like most of these fitness channels seem to do, because that just wouldn't be true for everyone. And if you haven't noticed by now, I'm not about to lie to you just to get more clicks and views.
Our popular 22-day series is directly killing your gains.
How long this process takes really depends on your own unique situation and a wide variety of other factors that can greatly vary from one person to another. But in the end, the one common factor that will determine your success or not is the amount of dedication and effort you put into this process. And I know it's going to work for you if you put the work in consistently. Weight loss is obviously another key factor here that I didn't get into much, but I promise I'll be covering that topic in greater detail in several videos coming up, with nutrition, diet, exercise, and more all discussed as they relate to safe and healthy weight loss. And if you're looking to take the guesswork out of the process and want even more help to take your health and fitness to new heights this year, learn how to lose weight or build muscle the right way with the best possible results, and you want to get the benefits of working one-on-one with myself and our very talented in-house registered dietitian through our app, then go visit our website, FitLabb.com, for more information, and we'd love to help you achieve all your fitness goals. With all that said, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, turn that notifications bell on, and drop a comment with any questions you have or what you'd like to see in future videos. Until the next one, always remember to check your ego at the door, and you'll never go wrong if you focus on training smarter than last time. Have a great day. First of all, you'll need access to a basic pull-up bar at home or at a jungle gym at a local park, and a oh my God, man, come on.